Andy?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. August is upon us.
Yep, the final month before spooky season kicks off.
Yes, indeed.
Don't care about August, not interested.
Well, you're
Get out of here, August!
Well, sorry, August is stepping in for a moment, and here are some of its games.
Sick of it.
Warm up those vocal cords. From the lead writer of Dragon Age with an all-star cast comes Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. Set in a modern fantasy world, you'll play as Grace, who finds herself given the powers of a muse. Your choices will not only affect the story, but change the songs. So what musical will your actions make?
So this isn't the sequel to Stray, the cat game?
No.
Where
this is...
you become a god?
No.
Because they had cat gods in ancient Egypt, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
So it's not outside the realm of possibility? Mm-hmm. Where's that game?
No, this is more around like kind of Greek mythology, classic, but everyone is like in a city and like Apollo lives in a lighthouse or whatever, you know. And they all sing, and your choices affect how the song goes and like obviously how the story plays out as well, but like there's lots of different, you can make a ton of different songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like games that incorporate music like that. Do you remember Night in the Woods? You could like practice your band songs on the bass. I did more of that than the rest of the game. So anything that has this kind of like element in it, I'm all for, definitely.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of voice actors in it and stuff that who've been in all the games, so there are lots of recognisable voices. Laura Bailey, Troy Baker, basically most of Critical Role, I think. So yeah, no, it's good. And it's really interesting hearing them all sing because I think they're doing a pretty good job. I'd love to hear like real West End and Broadway singers going for some of these numbers, because like the ones that I've seen in the trailers, like they're lovely songs, really well written. But
you want that range?
I'd like to see the range.
Projection.
But I understand why they've gone with the very good voice actors, because there are a lot of like calm moments as well where they're just chatting in between songs.
In their pleasant voices.
Yes.
Well, Troy Baker released a bunch of albums with sort of embarrassing album artwork, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, it was all like him looking moody in a fireplace or something, you know.
Aww. There's a whole bunch of people, they're all in it, I think. So, yeah, looks good. Get your wrestle on in the brand new RPG Wrestle Quest. Build yourself up to legendary status in and out of the ring as you cut promos, create custom walk-ons and fight your way to the top. Plus, meet pixel versions of IRL legendary wrestling heroes, fight them and have them join you on your journey. So this is like a turn-based RPG, but wrestling and all pixely and adorable.
Yeah, I played this at Summer Game Fest last year. I got to sit down, have a go on it. It's really good fun. Yeah, it's like a pixely RPG in that sort of like early Final Fantasy, early Zelda kind of mold. And you go around, you train, you become good at wrestling, you wrestle people, and it's set in this world where like wrestling is the most important thing. So there are huge statues of like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
And yeah, you meet like these like Jake the Snake Roberts and people like that as you go around. And it's full of like sort of fourth wall breaking, kind of winking references to wrestling history. It's got like a really charming, funny script. Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah, and the little like pixel versions of these like famous wrestlers, like I was immediately like, oh, it's Andre the Giant. I know that one. And they're really, really recognisable and really cute.
Andre the Giant was great.
He was.
He once drank so many beers that he passed out in the lobby of the hotel, and they couldn't move him, so they just had to put a sort of tarpaulin over him because it's like, what do you do with What do you do with a 7'4" giant passed out in your hotel lobby? You just have to sort of put a sheet over him. He couldn't fit into aeroplane bathrooms, so when he went on flights, they had to like put up a curtain and give him a bucket.
No way.
Yeah, he couldn't fit. He couldn't. You know how small aeroplane bathrooms are.
Yeah.
He was literally a giant. That's hence the name.
Wow.
Poor dude. There you go. Wrestling trivia.
I love it. I like him in Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Good news, Xbox owners, the feline hit Stray makes its way to Xbox consoles this August. So you too can enter this underground dystopian world, befriend robots, run away from aliens, and bat things around with your tiny little cat paws.
Bad news, Xbox owners, more like.
No, I'm sorry, look, this has already been out on PS5 and PC and such last year.
Now it should be out the window.
No!
This game betrayed me in the Xmas challenges.
Oh, of course, yes, it did. Yeah.
So I
oh
hate
my
it.
gosh, yeah, you got really mad.
Oh, you got about 10 seconds. Just an agonised shriek.
No!
Oh my god, oh my god.
You stupid cat! That's the wrong way!
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Why has he got a bag on his head?
I absolutely adored this. I played this through on the channel on Outside Xtra. I had a great time. It got very emotional because of how cute and lovely everything was. And yeah, I heavily recommend this if you're an Xbox owner and have been thinking about getting it and trying it out. Do it because you will have the best time. And welcome to the Stray family. We love it. We love you. Meow, meow, meow. Don't forget there's a meow button. And yeah, hit everything.
More games should have a button that does like a specific vocal thing. Like meowing in Stray. And I remember the old PlayStation 2 24 game had a button you could press to make Kiefer Sutherland just say things like CTU, down on the ground, sir, just a shout button. I think 50 Cent Blood on the Sand might have had one as well.
Amazing.
Anyway, the best games, Stray, 24 and 50 Cent Blood on the Sand.
Yeah, top.
If you've got a button that's not doing anything, make it a shout something button.
If you love pirates and being sneaky, then you'll love this sneaky pirate game. Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew is a stealth strategy game where you'll have to find creative ways to get around your enemies.
Doesn't really sound like my kind of thing.
Oh, it is your... Andy, stealthy pirates?
Pirates and stealth? Couldn't be me.
Well, when I was watching this, I was watching trailers and I was like, this really looks like that Desperados game, which I also really enjoyed.
Oh yeah, that one.
By the same people, that's
there
why.
you go. So Pirates Desperados, say no more.
Hell yeah! Gorgeous art style, some really interesting mechanics in there. It is just all about sneaky, get around and use your ghost pirate powers and things like that.
Yeah.
It's all, it's like like cursed pirates and spookiness and just
Probably got a great
things.
soundtrack, I expect.
Oh, I would imagine so.
Wonderful atmosphere. Yeah, this sounds great. All right, say no more. Deal.
Hold on to your hats, horror fans. Another licensed asymmetric horror game is headed our way. This time, the big bad is Leatherface, as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre makes the jump from the big screen to consoles and PC.
Hold on to your limbs, more like.
Yeah.
They're coming off. You get chainsawed. Wouldn't even worry about your hat. Forget it, it's gone.
It's being made by Sumo Nottingham, one of the many Sumo teams, Sumo Digital teams. It's by also the same Gun Interactive who did the Friday the 13th game that sort of...
It was good.
It's good, but sort of doesn't
have the license to
have
Friday
the license
the 13th
anymore.
Yeah.
And sort of like it's just sitting there with sort of slightly... You can still kind of play it, but...
Yeah, I think till the end of next year. I think.
For a bit. So I'm like, why are they doing this themselves again? Is this going to happen in like 4 years?
I've got to say, I don't think it's as strong a license for this kind of a game. Like, obviously, Friday the 13th is you're out in the woods, you've got one killer striding around. In this, you've got the Slaughter family from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So you've got these 3 different playable... Mike and I played it on the channel when it was in beta, so you can put a card up to that.
Yep.
But one of the guys, his power is like listening really hard. It's like... does that, and then he can tell where everyone is. But it didn't feel like as thematically suited as Friday the 13th.
I have 2 concerns. One, watching the trailer, I know in the trailer they're probably trying to put like the worst, scariest bits in to make you be like, but it kind of looked it just veered into slightly too unpleasant. When it's putting itself up against games like Dead by Daylight, which has nailed the formula, and also
and some of its players, some of those characters.
Yeah.
Nailed them to a wall.
It's less, I don't know, abrasive. For people who are not huge horror fans, so that, it appeals to maybe a wider audience.
I don't know if you're going to buy the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game if you're not a horror fan. It seems like kind of quite targeted.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the actual Texas Chainsaw Massacre film is really unpleasant.
Yeah.
It's just people getting hit in the head with hammers and sawed in half with chainsaws and stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be a very niche audience. Many of whom will probably prefer Dead by Daylight because it knows what it's doing.
It's true, and that has got Michael Myers in it. And Ghostface. And Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
So.
It's good. It's good. Anyway.
I mean, that is already out. We shouldn't be talking about it. But anyway.
I know.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre's out. Maybe you'll like it. Check it out.
The pointy-headed Penitent 1 returns in a second installment of this popular Metroidvania. The last of his kind, the Penitent 1 will be hacking and slashing his way through more gruesome and weird enemies in the highly anticipated Blasphemous 2. So Blasphemous is sort of like, it's Dark Souls vibes, but 2D Metroidvania classic, bit more like Dead Cells.
Oh yeah, I really like Dead
playing
Cells.
wise.
I've not actually played Blasphemous. How did the first one review?
Very well. People really enjoyed it. Has a really cool aesthetic. The developer is Spanish, so it's really got that kind of like warm, hot Spanish vibe, while you're also slaughtering these like monstrous demon things around amazing looking kind of like cathedral-like structures and things.
Yeah, I can see that being extremely cool.
It's a Team 17 joint. They're pretty good at
Reliable,
publishing pretty decent games.
They got an eye for talent, definitely.
So the Game Kitchen of the Spanish studio, and I think they absolutely nailed the previous one. People really liked it. So a lot of people are very excited for this one.
Cool, I'll check it out.
In the year 2000, BioWare released Baldurs Gate 2 Shadows of Arn. Now, 23 years later, Larian Studios are releasing the sequel Baldurs Gate 3, with multiple playable D&D classes, a huge city to explore, and a whole bunch of people to romance. What will you get up to? So it's coming out on PC this month, and it's out on PS5 in September. So slight delay for console owners.
I haven't played a Baldur's Gate game, but I'm thinking I might pick this one up and make this the first one because I have a Steam Deck and it seems like the sort of thing I could get a lot of playtime on when I'm traveling, because that's generally the problem for me with these kinds of games, is like finding the time at home to sit down and just play a 100-hour RPG. But if I've got a portable one, and I like D&D a bit, got a channel about it, so seems like now's the time. Now's the time to get a combination video game D&D thing going on. Let's go.
100%. I played a bit of Baldur's Gate 2 for a list video to get some capture, and let's just say the jump from that to this is big.
Well, you'd hope, considering
so it's no longer
23 years.
An isometric top-down game. It looks really interesting. Looking at the trailers, the world design looks cool. Lots of D&D fans will see things and appreciate things in there. They've also been developing it using feedback from players. There has been a bit of early access, so hopefully it's got that little bit of extra polish from people being like, I prefer this, and all that sort of stuff. I'm interested to see what the fans think. When
maybe
that comes out.
we'll find out what's going on with that gate finally. What's the deal with your gate, Baldur?
I know.
Tell us.
So those are some of the games coming out in August. If there's any that we've missed, let us know in the comments down below. But Andy, what one are you most looking forward to?
Good question. I think I want to play more of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre because I think there's potential there, and hopefully they've tweaked it based on feedback from the beta.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be getting into that one. I do like the sound of Shadow Gambit, the Curse Crew as well,
that's
so I'll
on
be
my
checking
list.
that out too.
Yeah,
How about
that
you?
looks amazing. Yes, I think I'm the same with Shadow Gambit. I'm very tempted to play Stray again, but on Xbox.
Sure, get some achievements.
Get those achievements. I'm interested to see how Stray Gods does as well. So I think we've got a lot of solid releases this month, which is interesting because usually August is a little bit quieter sometimes. So,
Help speed this whole garbage month up.
Yeah. Hey.
Just blaze through to September.
Halloween.
And then it's Starfield as well. So
of course, yes, and also
get ready.
Spider-Man's not long after that in October, I believe.
Don't worry, folks, we're nearly there. Just got to power through all
Yeah.